Hi guys, so I'm going to start this new series on my channel about me going through all the Disney movies in order, animated movies. So, the movies that are from like the Disney company, but the directed movie sequels won't be a part of this. Of course, live action films won't be a part of this. The parts that are the movies that have animation in it, like Mary Poppins, but are mostly live action, won't be a part of this. Maybe they will later, but at the moment, no, they aren't. But so we're gonna start with the first one, Snow White. If you didn't know that, that's bad. no, no offense taken though. So, I really like this movie. It was fun fact, it was my favorite movie in like kindergarten and first grade. My favorite Disney princess too. I dressed up for her for Halloween. I was, I, many people were like, "Oh, Ariel, oh Belle," and I'm like, "Oh, Snow White." And it's just like, what? But I, I hadn't watched this in a while. I'm so happy that I did. And now that I'm older, it's a way I looked at it differently. When I was little, I just looked at it as a princess, and now I look at it as a revolutionary film that changed animation, and I'm so happy that I watched it again. Let's start number one with the animation. It's amazing, especially for the time. The multiplaying camera was used for the first time in a movie. Not the first time it was used in other shorts, but the multiplaying camera was used for the first time in a movie, in this movie, and it's so good. The animation is amazing. And they like did all those little things, like making Happy fatter than all the other dwarves and making Grumpy's nose bigger so that Potato Scene will work. And yeah, hopefully other people remember that. It's just awesome. I loved this film, and I forgot how much I loved it. And I love, it's so amazing. It's so great. So now let's talk about the story. The story is amazing. Yes, it's great, but there is one big problem. Not big problem, that's the wrong way to say it, but one problem that doesn't work anymore. But also this movie was made in 1937, so you gotta give it some passes. But the prince, he's a creep. But going back to animation, he kind of had to be a creep because they were learning a new style of animation called bone structure. That's not the official one, but they had to use bone structure animation instead of noodle arms animation. And noodle arms animation is like at Steamboat Willie, where he goes like, "Woo!" That was an awful representation, but yeah. And they had to put him as limited as possible, and because of that, he was only in the movie twice, and by the end of it, they fell in love and went to a castle. I wonder what happened, because they only met each other once before they decided to go to a castle. Okay, yeah, and also, the first time they meet, he's even more of a creep. Imagine I'm the prince. I'm just going on my horse, just going. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Okay, I'm on my horse. I stop. I hear, oh, this girl's singing great. She's a great singing voice. Why would you ever choose, oh, there's a wall. I'm going to jump over this wall. I'm going to stare at her and then sing. And I think she'll be perfectly fine. She won't be scared. Not at all. Are you kidding me? If that was me, I would have screamed and ran and be like, no. I would have locked the doors. I wouldn't even have looked at the guy, because, like, there's creeps, Snow White. He's a creeper. And then definitely not have chosen to go to his castle. No, not great thinking, but okay, that's like the biggest problem with it, but it was also 1937, so I don't know if that was scary at the time. I really hope not, but it was 1937. Lots of things have changed since 2020. But as a whole, the story is great. The story of a girl is just really innocent and young, and she just goes bad situation with her stepmother, and I think it's great. It's a great movie for the story, other than that big principle. But also, some of the parts are very scary. The tree demon scene, and the witch, turning the not the witch, the witch turning into the witch transformation thing. I'm just gonna call it that because I don't know what else to call it. You know the scene. They're scary. They're scary. I remember being horrified of that when I was little. And I was just wondering, kind of, is that even scary? Or was that just in my head? It's scary. It didn't scare me now because I'm older, but I understand why I was scared of that in kindergarten. Like, that was scary. You gave that to children? And also, I know Pinocchio's worse. So great for me when I watched that part. So, yeah. The story's great. The animation is great. The voice acting, though. We haven't talked about the voice acting. It's great. I don't care what you think about Snow White. Snow White's voice is just so it would attract a society. I understand it's high and some people don't like that. I don't find a problem with that, though. What we have now. And I think it's great that things have changed and that we get to look back at what our society was then, because we can't really time travel. Maybe later, but not at the present moment. So we get to see what was popular at that time, because if a 4-year-old goes up and watches Snow White, she probably doesn't know that in the 30s people talked like that. So I just think it's great that they didn't mean to have that, but now in 2020, it's great that they did that, because what was popular at the time, one, it's to attract a society. Society likes things that they know about and that they can relate to, but also for now, so we understand what the past was like. So yeah, I just really like it. The voice acting, wonderful. It's kind of funny how the girl who played Snow White, Andrea Castellotti, got the role, though. Her dad was talking to the Disney company on the phone, and she overheard them talking about how they wanted her to sound like a little girl. So she just started talking on the phone, and they were just like, "Hey, we like her voice." So, and it was great, but sadly, she was banned from ever being a voice actor again. But the good thing is she never disliked it. She liked that she got the experience of being able to be a Disney legend, the Snow White that kids still know today. So, let's talk about money, and this is more of the facts part, because everyone thought it would fail. And one thing that didn't work is the budget was $250,000, but they spent $1.5 million. And in the 1930s, that was a large amount of money. But everyone loved it. It bombed at the box office in a good way. That's probably the wrong way to say it. It exploded? No, that also sounds bad. It did amazingly, I'll just say that. I spent too long on that anyway. And everyone loved it, and it helped other movies be able to happen, because movies like Pinocchio and Fantasia, they didn't go well. And because of Snow White, the company was able to make those films and and not go under. So I just love what this movie means, and everything that it shows about animation as a whole. I just think it's amazing, and that it was just an amazing film. I love the voice acting, I love the animation, I love the story. Sure, they all have their flaws, but every movie does. And I just love the film as a whole. So I'm super happy to start the series, and I'm so happy to be able to talk about these films with you. Bye, guys.